Welcome back to Girls Rewatch,
a podcast about girls
TV
and girls on TV. I'm Amelia Ritaller.
And I'm Evan Lazarus.
And today we are covering Broad Cities
Season
2, episode 5.
FOMO.
Hashtag FOMO.
Hashtag FOMO.
Which I just want you folks to know at home. In college, I did give a 30-slide presentation on this episode of Broad City for a college course. So
for credit or pass fail?
For credit.
I guess you can get credit for pass fail.
It was a group project that I was the group. I was like, don't you worry, you guys.
You already had it made before the class started.
I was like, don't worry, you go work your Tim Hortons job. I've got this covered.
Tim Horton, for people that don't know, it's Dunkin' Donuts for people in Canada.
Yeah, and people are always ordering this thing called the Double Double, which is like bad black coffee with 2 cream and 2 sugar.
Oh, when you said bad black coffee, I was like, it's like bad.
No, and it is bad. It's bitter. How are you today, Evan? Happy New Year.
So last night I went to a Lana Del Rey karaoke party. First,
You went to that?
Yeah, I had the most amazing thing ever happen to me where I got to talk to Alan Cumming, which has, of course, been one of my dreams for so long. I go, so nice to meet you. I've had a show here for 2 years. He goes, what? I go, 2 years. He goes, I'm Alan. I go, I'm Evan. He goes, who? Evan. And then we both stood there awkwardly.
Well,
so he knows who I am.
That's amazing.
Yeah, this is an amazing opportunity for me. He owns the bar Club Cumming, just to clarify.
And he hosts Traders.
Oh my god, yeah, he gave away a Trader's bag during his Christmas special at Club Cumming.
Thank God. Bob the Drag Queen better win the new season, but I don't think they will.
I think she might.
Here's the thing.
You edit her podcast. You know more than I do.
She was like, that was the hardest game I've ever played. And Bob would never say that if they...
Is it a really difficult game?
Here's the thing. Bob seems like on paper would be amazing at the game.
Like,
so
kind
if
of
he
ruthless,
struggles,
very smart,
very charismatic, very funny.
Yeah.
Like, really, if there's one thing about Bob, like, he is there to win.
Right, totally.
So I'm excited to watch.
This is like when David Lovett got out of Survivor, the first episode.
Oh my gosh. And shout out to David Lovett.
What? Shout out to
Teeny Chill.
Oh my god, congratulations.
Fourth place, the fire building, it was homophobic. When that wind blew so straight guy Sam could burn that thing after you had started a fire minutes before him.
We need to get them on to the podcast, at least a Patreon episode in the new year.
Yeah.
I need to talk about, I don't care about that show. You showed me one episode when they're in that. The way they carry themselves, I need to learn more about that because I haven't seen someone of our age range be able to like have such dictation and like charisma around people of older generations the way they were able to.
Evan, I have full body chills because you don't understand during the finale when they're doing like Rachel's one and Jeff is like talking to all the people. Jeff gives that exact speech to Teeny.
Really?
Yeah, because Teeny's like, I was born this season 1, like I grew up with this show, and Jeff was like, the way you've carried yourself with all these older people has been truly remarkable.
It's insane. I really could not do something like, it's very impressive to watch someone, especially like a queer individual who just probably would feel othered in a space of Survivor, carry themselves with such like grace and really like meld so well with these older generations on the show, especially like such like heterotypical people.
Literally.
It's awesome. It like shows the future that we can have in our nation. Like, it was such a great example of how
Teeny, you showed the future that we can have in this nation.
Yeah.
Anyways, we've got to do the synopsis before our guest arrives. So
that's like one of the things I'm most passionate about.
No, and I'm glad we're bringing it up. And I know this episode comes out 3 weeks after the finale, but bear with us. It's the holidays. Okay.
About to record.
Season 2, episode 5, hashtag FOMO. Abby and Alana are on FaceTime, and Abby reveals that the night before she got her nose pierced, and Alana is so upset that her friend had such a big night without her that she's determined to have the best night of their lives, the craziest night of their lives. Abby gets invited to Trey from Solstice's party, and so Abby and Alana go, it's the lamest party ever. They're like gonna watch The Apprentice and like eat Cliff and Luna bars, and Alana's like, we have to go to a better party. So they go to Jaime's house party, and Jaime Jaime and their situationship, like, talk to Alana for a bit. Abby's having fun, and then the hottest person leaves the room, and Alana's like, we have 3 minutes to get out of this party because it's about to be over because the hot person left. Let's go to Lincoln's party. So they go to Lincoln's party. It's like a bigger house party, fun vibes. They're hanging out, and then they are going to a rooftop party, 4th location. Let's fucking go. Lincoln falls off. He Black Irish exits after pretending to be a doctor because, of course, Abby left Trey's party by being like, I have a tapeworm. And so... Am I saying too many details?
No, you're in the perfect amount.
So Lincoln pretends to be her doctor, and then she's like, I gotta get surgery, gotta go. And then they go to the rooftop party. Abby's truly blackout at this point. Alana's like, oh my god, my friend is so fun, I love this. Then cops shut the rooftop party down, which is so epic. And then they're like walking to the train. Abby goes underground. Alana's like, where are you going, where are you going? Speak easy. We meet Abby's blackout alter ego, Val, who's very celebrated in the Speak Easy cabaret space. All these old people are like, oh my god, we love Val. And Alana's like, this is the best night of my life. They wake up at the diner. They spend the whole night out. Abby has no idea who Val is, and Alana is like, hashtag no more FOMO.
And that's what you missed on Glee.
Period.
Boom.
Well, I can't wait to meet our guest.
Okay, yeah, we'll be right back with our guy. I'm like, I crossed this off into the podcast. Disney Channel is closing its door, folks. Yeah, because the kids don't watch pop-based media.
Anymore? Yeah.
Which is true. They're all on YouTube.
They're all on YouTube and TikTok. Like, you're so right.
Legit.
We really got the golden age of Disney Channel.
I know.
And I always feel grateful for it. Like,
well, we were just
did
saying that Generation Beta is going to be arriving in 2 weeks as we're recording this on December 18th, 19th.
Genuinely terrifying. They're probably not even going to ever know what Disney Channel is.
Well, I think they'll bring back Disney Channel.
No.
You don't think?
I think it's
wishful
gone.
thinking. Girl, it's over.
I think it's done.
That's like 2 generations above us being like, the kids are totally going to get into newspaper. Like,
Bring back print media.
literally. They're even getting rid of website media.
I'm just worried what it looks like for there to be a TikTok ban for Generation Beta. I'm just like, I'm upset for them already. They won't have short form media in the way we did.
That's so real. But I guess it exists in other social media platforms. Maybe those will just take center stage.
It's not the same algorithm.
I know.
It's upsetting.
It's very upsetting.
And I think that's an amazing tone to launch it to. Season 2, episode 4 of Broad City, hashtag FOMO. Joining us on the couch today is the incredible Henry Platt.
Hello. So happy to be here.
We were just saying this off pod, but we feel like we knew you in middle school. You have such that energy.
Yeah.
That's a big compliment. Like a really, really huge compliment, because middle school me, even though he was straight, like he's loved.
Fun.
He watched Top Model.
One of the straightest things you can do.
One of the straightest things you could ever do.
You're like, I watch for the girls.
No, exactly. I'm like, I just love seeing them be really hot because they're so pretty, and for no other reason. No, that's actually a big compliment. So I appreciate it. We would have vibed in middle school for sure.
I'm trying to think of a single gay friend in middle school. Well, there wasn't a gay person in my middle
Correct.
school.
Yeah,
that was the big problem. No one even came out after the fact.
There were no gay people in your middle schools?
Not that we're out.
Well, not
a lot of them
out.
Are now, but not.
No, not even out now.
Whoa.
There's not a single gay person that even is out from my middle school.
Whoa.
Period.
Evan, what?
Where did you go to middle school?
I went to a dyslexic middle school.
And
so
dyslexic
they had to
people
pick a
aren't
struggle.
gay.
No, but
they're straight.
I don't think I've ever met a dyslexic gay person, now that I think about it.
Evan, you're his
So
first.
it sounds like we definitely did not meet in middle school.
No, unfortunately
but I
not.
wish.
I know, would have been fun.
You just told us you carry friends from middle school, but like I do. It's a very rare thing.
It is very rare.
Yeah.
I mean, my best friend from growing up and through middle school was my girlfriend.
Right.
Through 8th grade. So that was
Shout
a
out
choice.
to her.
Shout out Danny.
Yes,
Love you.
girl.
But I did let her down easy. Towards the end of 8th grade, we were about to graduate from middle school. I was like, kind of just see you more as a sister. And she heard it. And
she listed all her flaws.
It's like you're sort of whiny.
I don't like your side bangs.
You're sort of the way you dress. No, we're still very, very close, which is really nice. But other than that, I don't have many friends from middle school anymore.
Because you're not supposed to.
Yeah, I don't think you are.
No.
I distrust people that are like
do.
their people are still their like middle school crew.
No,
Like,
absolutely.
I
what is
love
that?
when a girl is friends with somebody they were friends with when they were 14, but when it was when they were 12, I'm like, I don't believe that.
I totally agree. There is something about that leap from 12 to 14
Yeah.
that's just like really sort of major in your formation
Yeah.
as a human. So.
Thank you for nodding. Yeah.
No, yeah, absolutely.
I hate
of
to
course.
evoke this word, but puberty.
No,
Sort of
it
bring
couldn't be that.
Just bring it right into the space, please.
It couldn't be that. Wait, Henry, we have to know, what is your deal?
My deal. Let's see. I am a LA born, New York currently living. That was not English, but
No,
I can't speak
our
English.
favorite,
Hey.
our favorite thing is when somebody's LA born, New York living.
I actually own that as my brand. I really do. I've been here for the last 3.5 years. I work in music.
Oh my God,
but
what kind of music?
I work in music publishing. So I work with like
Ooh.
songwriters, composers, producers, all that kind of thing. But I'm a big culture connoisseur, and Broad City was honestly like my first like real like love obsession over a TV show.
Oh my
now,
God.
were you watching the show on Comedy Central for like Time Warner Cable?
Absolutely.
Whoa.
I was watching it live. I think I chimed in around season 3, but season 3, 4, 5. I remember season 4 and season 5 were on while I was in college, and I would get a group together every Wednesday night at 10, and we'd sit around my like really, really tiny TV, and we'd watch all Broad City live. It was very formative to my college
Wait,
experience.
how tiny was the TV?
Like, it was sort of like this big. No, just whatever could fit in my like smallish freshman dorm.
right.
Yeah.
That is so fun.
Yeah, it was a community building exercise.
That's a community building exercise.
Yeah, it really was.
Huh. I'm like, I never watched TV once with my friends in college.
No,
I guess on a laptop, but I think we're talking about physical TVs.
we're
That
talking about physical TVs here.
No, I'm actually getting like chills down my back. How upset
Sort
I
of full
am.
body chills
Yeah.
at that thought.
I'm like
I
really
used to watch
upset.
The Bachelor and be like, I don't care. These girls are pretending.
Yes,
Yeah.
Amelia.
Yes, agreed.
And
Fair.
I watched, I went to school in Canada.
You figured out what reality TV is. That's so awesome.
I cracked the code, you guys.
You figured it out.
I remember watching Trump get elected.
Ooh.
And that's what happened my freshman year dorm room.
And by the way, that was all that happened.
That was the sort of the only event.
By the way, yeah. But there wasn't much going
Okay,
on.
here's a good question. Did you pick your roommate or did you have random roommate?
I actually picked my roommate.
Right.
We were sort of set up in a blind roommate situation.
Was it Facebook group?
Was it one of those
Um,
quizzes?
It was my
No,
my
you picked.
I picked my aunt. My aunt emailed me.
Wait, you have
We'll
aunts
unpack
who
that later,
email
yeah.
you?
Wait,
Well,
I'm just gonna guess he's Jewish now.
Correct.
Right, totally.
And she was like, so I know someone from my synagogue that their son is also an incoming freshman. You two would get along. Here we are.
Was she right?
She was right. We got along
Oh
very
my
well.
God, that's
I
amazing.
introduced him to his now girlfriend of 7 years. So
Whoa.
call me Yenta, please.
Wait, and I will.
Thank you. Exclusively from now on.
Now
Thank you.
on the podcast we have Yenta Platt.
Thank you for actually getting my name correct. That's how it's pronounced. It doesn't look like it when you read it out loud, but
You're like, every day I go to work and
they just sort of
They just-
always sort of mispronouncing my name. I don't course correct because it's like
it's like
I'm in a professional environment.
I'm
like,
in and
blah, blah,
out,
blah. I'm in
like-
yeah, exactly. Sort of still have a hierarchy to sort of work my way up. But yeah, no, I was
That's
Yenta
so
for
funny.
him. Yeah.
I love it. Well, before we jump into the
Wait,
episode,
did you have random roommate or I actually don't notice about you. Did you
Oh.
pick your roommate or were
Good
you
question.
random?
I took a quiz. I was
Mm.
matched with 3 random girls. Shout out Yasmin, who was 17 years old. She said she was from London, Ontario, and I thought she was from London, England. And I was like, okay. And then Sasha, who was obsessed with her boyfriend, and then Jada, who went home every weekend and I think was not having a good time, but she was amazing at graphic design.
Good.
I like that even
So
your
good.
roommates follow the rules of 3.
It is like the sex life of college girls when they all live in that 4 thing. I was
Yep.
like, that's what my life was like.
Yeah.
Which one
totally.
were you?
Bella.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was
Bella.
Bella.
It is slur.
It's like no one in the history of the world has ever been like, I want to be Bella in that show.
Ugh.
But we
I was walking down the street yesterday
Yeah.
and there was a box of books.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing books. We saw some Plato in there.
Whoa.
Aristotle. I took out Mindy Kaling. So you can do anything you want in a box of free books in Bed-Stuy.
Girl,
Oh, books. Okay. I was like, you saw Mindy Kaling sitting in a box. I was like,
girl, you have gotten so small. Get out of there.
I was like, Aristotle's dead.
No more Ozempic, girl. It's making you crazy.
It's like as big as the TV.
Yeah, exactly. See, yeah, for scale.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then I brought that book on a date. So you can do anything.
Evan,
this
I
book.
just want to say you already own all of Mindy Kaling's
I
books.
do, but
You do.
it's good to have multiple copies.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. You never know when you want to give one away on a date.
Exactly. I use them as like coasters, you know?
Yes,
It's just
yes.
like, I like to have a matching set.
Yep.
It's
Of
beautiful.
course. It's actually gorgeous.
Well, before we dive into the episode, we have to ask you, girl, what girl are you?
And I was prepared to answer this question, but even in the moment, I'm feeling the high stakes pressure because ultimately I'm an Abby.
Totally.
Ultimately, I'm an Abby I have a lot of tendencies. I think some of the non sequiturs that she says, or just some of her like over dramatic reaction to very mundane things, is very me coded. But ultimately, I'm Abby in the sense of she's a bit more anxious walking through the world.
Yeah.
She's a bit more type A. She practice packs a couple times before she goes on a trip. She sort of walks around the park sort of saying marijuana to try and like get her own weed.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
definitely me,
yeah.
like 100%. So ultimately I'm an Abby, and I think I'm also an Abby in terms of my friendships. Like
Totally.
I think that's just how I
Do
operate.
you think your friends are always being crazier than you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can always meet them where they're at, but I
Totally.
you know what I mean? Like I can match their energy levels.
Yeah.
Um,
Which Abby got there and actually
Which,
flipped it on its head
she
today.
no, she really did. No, she
Yeah.
really did. We're gonna dive on it, but
Yeah.
no, she actually doesn't even remember it. So
I have to
Yeah.
leave on a trip tomorrow. Can you help me pack?
absolutely no, of course we're gonna.
Well,
We're
I
gonna practice.
I always have the thing where it's like I arrive somewhere and I know I forgot. I've never been on a trip and not brought my I never bring my toothbrush.
That's
It's always
so
the
real.
one thing that escapes my brain.
I always feel confused about what quantity of toothpaste I'm allowed to bring.
Right, totally.
Because I always thought that was like a thing that were like, don't bring a big one. But then sometimes I just bring the big one and no one says anything. So I'm like,
Are
is
you
anyone
putting it
checking?
in your
So-
carry-on
Yeah.
and no one cares?
No.
Is it because
No.
it's a paste rule?
It's
like-
not
it's
paste roll.
liquid.
It's because it can fit in a quart bag.
Yes.
It
Listen,
can free Sephora
I
bag
learned
you
this
with
in
your makeup
Dublin,
empty.
Ireland this summer. It's because it can fit in a quart bag. Some
What
Irish
is
You
the
learned
word
this
you're
in Dublin?
saying? Cork?
at the Dublin airport, somebody taught me that.
Are you saying cork or quart?
Quart.
Okay,
Okay.
but that's actually more confusing, by the way.
You know a gallon bag? It's a fourth
no,
of that.
I don't know gallon bag.
Quart. With QU.
Yes,
Got it.
yeah.
Got it.
Am I saying quart?
No, I
Like,
was just
you said it
hearing-
right.
No, I just was hearing like COURT. And
I was like, do you guys
we're
not
on
know
trial.
about gallon guy? Hell.
It's so funny. I was like, you're talking about the mineral quart, right?
I love where our heads are at this morning.
Yeah, we're all on the same page.
Yeah, I'm like, we all flee the state tomorrow.
We all do flee the state.
Wow.
We really do.
So it's
I
kind
never
of
thought about it like that before.
We're all
That
sort
is
of-
awesome.
it's kind of the last
Escaping.
hurrah. Girl, what girl are you today?
Mm.
Okay, I'm always Alana. This episode, totally an Abby.
Mm.
Wait, no, just kidding. I'm Alana. Yeah, thank you for doing that look. I don't even have FOMO. Like, I know I've missed out on events and it kills me every day. Like, I'm
Mm.
one step past FOMO. It kills me.
What would be the step past FOMO? Like, what would we call
Death.
that? Yeah.
I'm like, I
You're-
fear of missing out. I've missed out.
You don't understand the way Evan behaves when there's 4 partyful events in one night. Evan is like, we have to go to all of them. And I'm like, well, one's in Bed-Stuy, one's in the Upper East Side. Like, we can't do it all. And
As
Evan's
Alana
like,
says, you have to find the Partia of Narnia of Partias.
Narnia's of Partias.
The Narnia of Partias.
But wait, don't you think you can do it all?
Yeah, I mean,
You can. It's not going to be fun, maybe, but I have to
you
attend.
do
I
it
would-
all the time, and then you spend 20 minutes at every event. And
yeah.
I like
4
the subway.
hours. Yeah, 4 hours on
Just
the
actually,
subway.
it's actually all for the subway. Just an excuse to sort of ride the different lines.
I like arriving places and I like leaving places.
Yeah.
Those are my 2 favorite things to do at a party. So like,
Arriving at a party
yeah.
is fun. That's like the best part for sure. Like walking in.
There is something about
Well,
it.
I like to Irish exit too.
Mm.
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Why
But
are you
that
lying
I do like
today?
to
They
do.
booked that in the episode, so I wanted to say
They do.
it.
Well, that brings me to me being what girl I am.
What girl are you today?
Oh my god, Thank you for asking.
Of course.
I am Lincoln when he immediately gets in that cab.
Yep. The Black Irish goodbye.
The amount of times that people have been like, where did you go? And I'm like, did you want me to make a big deal about it? Like, that would be so annoying. I hate when girls do that.
That's so funny.
I got in a car and left, and Evan's like, well, we live together. It would have been nice to share a ride.
It's like, I'll meet you home.
She would constantly leave. I was like, well, by the way, who am I going to take the subway home with now?
Yeah.
It's scary to ride to L late at night alone.
Here's the thing about me. Once I have 2.5 vodka cranberries, I'm like, I will travel the 7 levels of the candy cane forest. Like, I will journey home. It's like, I think I walked home from Ridgewood to Williamsburg at like 2 a.m. with like my noise canceling headphones being like, well, yeah,
obviously.
And it's like, girl, no.
It's like, it's Friday.
I'm like, it's Friday. Everybody's out.
There are people, right?
I'm like in factories. Like, I'm like, oh.
You're like wandering the Navy Yard.
Yeah,
Like, this is fun.
So much concrete.
It's so funny.
Sort of beautiful skyline.
It's not okay. But yeah, Lincoln immediately leaving, I felt so represented in the media.
Yes,
absolutely.
100%.
And I love that Abby was like, what? And Alana was like, yeah.
Does this all the time.
That's my whole thing.
I mean, I'm so glad we've known you since middle school so we can be so candid about this kind of stuff.
Of course. I really want this to be a safe space, and it has been since 13. So
let's cut to our first break, and when we get back, we're gonna get into the broad and the butter.
Oh God.
I'm lactose intolerant.
No.
Water.
Yeah, girl. I'm all set. And we're back from the break. Middle school basement, what?
Nothing to me. There's nothing more middle school than being in a basement.
Okay, now you don't connect with that because there's basements.
There's no basements in LA, really.
There's no basements in Texas.
Yeah.
Wait, where do you hang out with your friends through the ages of 9 through 14?
Froyo?
Like, yeah, for like backyard.
Oh, I forgot.
Backyard and pool.
That is so cool.
Yeah, outdoors.
I'm not liking this answer.
Yeah, okay. Tell me why.
Because in the Northeast, you get to hang out in a basement.
Yeah, I do love a basement. I think there's something really novel about it to me still because I'm sort of new to the basement as a concept.
It's safer down here.
Totally.
Well, you know what can be really fun as a kid is your neighbor's playroom.
See, he doesn't know about that.
But I feel like playrooms are often in the basement.
They are,
right?
Yeah,
or
exactly.
sometimes they're just when you get upstairs in suburban Texas, it's just what's there.
Do you have basements in Texas?
No, because the rock is too hard or something.
A playroom upstairs for some reason feels like unsettling to me. Like,
It
I feel
felt
like
right at the
Yeah,
time.
that's fair. I just feel like if it's not in the basement, it should be on the ground floor, like when you
Right.
walk in.
I guess that is true. It's like why were those Barbies up there?
Yeah, like
Bring them down.
I sort of really limiting access. It's probably a gay thing.
I really never thought we'd get to this conversation on this podcast, but I'm
I
so
know.
happy.
No, let's dive into the episode.
Let's do it.
Hashtag FOMO. So in the intro, we already summarized it, but the premise is, of course, that Abby and Alana have to go to the best party of the night. They keep party hopping.
Hopping.
And things go crazy.
Period. That really clarified everything.
I think that helped everybody at home. Well, let's start at the beginning.
Yep.
Abby got a nose ring without telling her best friend Alana before doing it.
Fucking crazy of her.
Are your ears pierced?
My ears are not pierced.
Should we get our ears pierced after this?
Let's do it right now.
I'm dying to get my ears pierced. Yeah.
Are yours?
No, but I'm thinking of making a party full in the new year to invite my friends to a studs near us so we can get my ears pierced.
That would be fun.
I'd
Yeah,
like to
think
do
so.
it to
Be a fun
you.
group
Kind
activity.
of Parent Trap style with the apple slice.
But yeah, no, Alana's FOMO's through the roof because she just thought that Abby was going to, quote, a boring white people dinner.
She is so fun.
So crazy, so quirky.
Well, nose piercing feels like life. It feels like a bar mitzvah of sorts. It's like it's like girl to woman and then woman to stud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do see that.
And it's just like for Abby, it's probably the biggest thing she's done all year. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so for her to be so flippant about it is a slap in the face to like Alana's understanding of the relationship.
It's actually a really nuanced reading of the situation. It's
I'm like, by the way, this was a really serious episode.
It's actually so sort of crucial to their fundamental identities.
I do think if you had to pick a favorite party, like mine is Solstice Offs.
I mean, the Cliff bars and the Luna bars alone. But
Every
they're sort of
day
both
I
at your
wake
disposal.
up and I'm like Cliff or Luna.
Yeah, literally, it's like the first thought in my head.
Yeah.
Just like always have to have one.
Wait, are you Cliff or Luna? Oh, we're gonna ask that later. But let's ask it now.
No,
Why not?
ask it now.
Are you Cliff or Luna? What is your bar of choice? I know it's
See,
a hard
it's
question.
so hard.
It's a really hard question.
You're like RX blueberry.
Ultimately, Cliff, but a Luna.
Well,
sometimes
Luna's for women.
Luna's for women, but like
But that's
they
the whole
also
point of
taste
being
good.
gay is you can eat Luna bars.
Exactly.
Call me he him because I hate a Luna bar.
Whoa.
You
Why
won't
do you
let
hate a
us.
Luna?
To me, I don't know what flavor that is, and for Cliff,
It's like always lemon.
and for Cliff, it's like chocolate chip cookie dough peanut butter.
It is.
power.
Yeah, that's so true.
And I'm like, well, that sounds awesome. It sounds like a Reese's Puff. I also
the Luna bar is always lemon. It's always lemon.
It's like-
What is that?
always
why is
lemon.
this health bar citrus flavored?
Yeah.
How do they even get that in there?
So true. Oh my god, that's
I just
hilarious.
remember as a kid, I thought Cliff bars were like having a wheatgrass shot. Like I was
No, you're
like,
like-
there's nothing more nutrient dense. Like I'm biohacking my 11-year-old body right now.
just
Biohacking.
gets off the field from recess. Like really needs a recharge. Just like I'm so depleted from my game of
I'm
like catch with
walking-
friends.
Yeah, walking the mile.
No, it's like a couple rounds of hopscotch in. I'm just like so dehydrated, depleted.
Give me that peanut
And
butter
then
clip.
pull out that freaking double chocolate chip Cliff bar, and you're a new person.
Take me
literally.
back.
Well, you guys know how hard I went in middle school PE.
Oh,
I just had to eat
yeah.
that Cliff bar afterwards.
Yeah.
I
The dodgeball circuit like always drained me.
Oh.
God forbid.
I am like, you would go hard in middle school.
I did. I went
PE.
so hard.
Yeah.
I used to PR like I would set school PRs in middle school. I've never like
There's
How was it school
records?
PR?
like they would do like they do the national health challenges.
Yes.
So there's like push-ups, running to my. I never did push-ups, never practiced. I just would push my body to the extreme to PR push-ups because I wanted to prove how masculine I was because I went to a middle school with only straight guys.
How did it go?
Right.
I PR'd.
Yeah.
And
Were you convincing though?
well, you know what? I don't. Afterwards, the next year when I tried to PR again, I got called out for not having good form, and then I just asked if I could do girl push-ups instead, but they didn't let me. But girl,
And that
that
is
is why
sort of-
I didn't get a Luna bar.
Wow.
Shout out. I still remember the girl in my middle school who won
PR'd?
the push-up challenge.
Oh my God.
Ashley Driscoll. She was a straight A student Mormon, really straight hair. She
You're
killed it.
perpetually
I was
straight,
like,
yeah.
you know, when a
I'm
girl,
like, what did girls in middle school do to you? They have such insane recollection of their faces.
I
It's
almost don't
beautiful.
remember
Faces,
anything.
religion,
Yeah.
first, last name.
I'm like, I don't remember
PRs.
anything that's happened in the last 10 years. But if you ask me about like a day in accelerated math in 6th grade, I could tell you every beat.
It's very formative.
Yeah.
No trauma does
Very
that.
formative. Yeah, it really
literally.
does.
Is that
Sort
what
of
trauma
lingers. Sort of always sits.
Did you ask if that's trauma?
Is that trauma?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, girl.
it is.
Now,
I wish we could have been in middle school with you to protect.
now I wish you two were there. That would have been way better.
It would have been so much
Yeah.
better.
Instead, it was like Liam and Mason.
Well, Abby and
whoa.
Lana to me are very middle school friend vibes.
Totally.
Like even though they've only been friends in the show for like at this point
couple years.
or
A couple
3
years, yeah,
those
yeah.
are middle school friends.
They're in
Totally.
the honeymoon phase.
You think they're in a honeymoon phase?
Yeah, where they're obsessed with each other.
Well,
But that sort of never ends. They're
Until she
always
goes
obsessed
to
with each
Boulder.
other, but they're still. But
I
they
think-
just learn to grow it. But they still love each other
I'm
the
Yeah.
same
getting
way.
sad thinking about the end right
Yeah,
now.
we can't get there.
Sorry,
we are
that
not
was-
there.
Inappropriate to bring up.
Yeah.
Well, I do think Alana's a terrible friend in this episode
Why?
because they go to Abby's work party, and then she makes Abby fake a tapeworm so they can leave early. But Abby wants to go to that party so she can become a trainer, and Alana immediately is like, "Oh, I love your goals. Let's achieve your goals." And then the moment the party is lame and they're doing like trust falls, she's like, "We actually have to go." I just don't think
I
that's a
will
supportive
say-
friend.
I have to stick up for Alana.
Okay,
Okay,
yes.
I really do. If someone whips out the Celebrity Apprentice on DVD, like let's like put your work goals aside.
Well, this
like
is why
that
you-
is sort of
Right. This is why our friendship didn't make it to high school.
Well, I'm just like, if somebody brings out The Apprentice and it's like, she's still so hurt because Abby went behind her back and pierced her nose.
Yeah.
He's like, and now I'm watching The Apprentice with you. I'm going to commit suicide.
Yeah,
I know,
she's
but
like,
you
and now
saw-
we're watching DVDs.
There is nothing funnier than Abby being like, Alana, you're being intolerable. Or
Intolerant.
No,
And she goes,
it's intolerable.
It's like, I got wine. Like,
Yeah.
let me
And then
dish
she
with-"
smashes the bag.
Yeah.
Amazing party hack. Amazing party hack.
I know. By the way, I've done that twice.
Has it worked?
Well, nobody's ever cared.
Yeah, fair.
They're like, you didn't need to.
You're like hiding in the corner. No one's looking at you at all. You're just like,
I'm like,
guys, stop
psych!
looking.
Psych!
Yeah, screaming the word psych.
Well, talking about another amazing 2014 brand, Skinny Girl Margaritas.
Oh, when they open
Oh
the fridge
my
and it's
God.
40 Skinny Girl margaritas.
Hilarious.
It's like, of course, that's what Trey would have at his home.
Are you deeply obsessed with Bethany Frankel? It's just moderate.
I would say moderate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least there's an obsess. Are you following her on TikTok?
I don't follow her, but she often pops up on my algorithm.
She
I would
does
say,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
And
she
that's
really
even
does
more
that.
that's sort of,
telling.
and that's actually sort of more revealing. Sort of, yeah. She's there.
Well,
She's present.
I feel like Skinny Girl Margarita is going to have a resurgence.
I think so too.
Yeah, people love the word skinny now more than ever,
Especially
unfortunately.
with the rise of Gen Beta next year. Like,
No, and thank you for bringing that up.
I wanted to bring that back into the room. Yeah, I think
Jen Beta's going to be hooked on Skinny Girl Margaritas.
that's our prediction for 2025. It's sick.
Luna Bar's out, Skinny Girl Margaritas, hooked.
Yeah, and I just love Abby. Just like in the moment, just like I have a tapeworm. It's
I know. It's
in
like
my
she
butt.
can never come up with a good excuse.
And then he's like, and that's why you had 4.5 Luna bars.
yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
yeah. There is nothing funnier than Darcy Carden's role of like trying to kiki with Alana. And Alana's like, this bitch is so crazy. And then Darcy's like, wait, what is the scene exactly?
In the
Keratin,
kitchen,
straighten keratin.
for your
Yes.
pubes.
She's oh yeah, Darcy's like, do you ever straighten your hair? And she's like, oh, I tried that for work last week. Oh, you meant my head.
And she goes,
You're crazy, bitch.
You're crazy.
But she uses the word funny in this situation like it's the F slur. You know what I mean? Where it's like, that's a mean thing you're saying about that girl. You're calling her weird, adorable. Like, it's just so like, where it's like, you are so funny. It's like you call someone that when you have nothing else nice to say about them.
it's sort of the last resort.
Right,
last
exactly.
resort.
It's last
You're
resort
only
kind of
yeah,
vibes.
yeah, totally.
Well, and this is her second time doing this episode because she runs up to Abby and
Right.
she's like,
in the gym, yeah.
Abby, oh my God, I heard like one of the cleaners
Like,
notes.
so 2004 of them.
Yeah. And then Abby's like, hey.
Sort of slow turn.
I do think we need to bring back the Turner phrase, so 2000 something. Like, I like saying something is of a year, of an era.
What's that amazing song that's like, you're
so
so
2000 and late.
I'm so
Boom boom pow.
Boom Boom Pow by the
By the
Black
Black Eyed
Eyed
Peas. Where did they go?
Oh,
Wait, they're here.
They are?
bring him in.
Will I am, what's up?
Is he in that?
Girl.
He was. I don't know if he still is.
He is.
He
Fergie's
still is.
not really
Fergie's
in it.
not.
Fergie was in the Black Eyed Peas.
Fergie was the lead singer
Okay,
of the
you're
Black
being-
Eyed Peas.
the
There
fact
were
That one was
girls
crazy.
Why did you
That
evoke
That
Black
one's
Eyed
crazy.
Peas if you know nothing about them? Why did you? That's really ridiculous.
Who do you think is the female sort of?
Wait. Who
like,
do you think's in the Black Eyed Peas?
Yeah.
I'm picturing like a
Daisy.
bald white man, and then like Adam Lambert, not Adam Lambert, Adam Devine. No,
Adam Levine or Adam Devine? Because those are two separate individuals.
Adam
Both
Levine,
occupy space in pop culture.
Maroon 5's payphone,
Adam Levine.
but maybe a foot taller type of guy.
What about Kung Fu?
Who?
Kung Fu's one of the members.
I have to Google some stuff later.
You don't even know the blind one?
There's a blind one.
Yes. It's Fergie Will.i.am, the blind one, and then the other guy.
So we're actually off topic.
I feel like Black Eyed Peas are sort of always relevant,
Yeah,
but
right.
maybe that's just sort of a me thing. I don't know.
Hashtag FOMO is mainly about the Black Eyed Peas. That is true. But anyways, those
You
girls.
brought up Black Eyed Peas, by the way.
I know, but then I got insecure, so I'm trying to.
You
You're trying to
misquoted the
divert.
song, and then you didn't know a single member of the band you were talking about.
I know I'm doing a lot of things where I'm like, do y'all remember this? And then I can't remember
Remember
what
shit
it
about
is.
it. Yeah.
I love all those bikes in the hallway. LOL.
Wait, don't you think you'd have a good time if you got to trust fall at a party, though? And that seems interesting and cool to me.
You would love that.
I like a
I
party
just-
with a concept.
Yeah. I just.
You can say no, it's okay.
Not. It depends on the mood I'm in. If I'm sort of like, you know, I'm seeking out team building exercises, then like absolutely.
Right.
But if it's just like a Saturday night in New York and I'm like, I want to go get lit, I don't know that I'm looking to like do trust fall exercises in a fully lit room with my coworkers.
They really are in
need to
those
open your
bike
heart.
outfits,
They're
catching
all in
each
the
other.
bike outfits.
Didn't you do musical theater? What else were you doing at those parties?
we were just singing all the songs from the show that we had just done and doing a full run through of the show, basically.
Followed by Trust Fall, I hope.
Forget the solstice party. It's time to go to, isn't it Jaime's and
Yes.
Lincoln's
Yeah.
party?
First is Jaime's and then
And then
Lincoln's. There's actually two
Lincoln's. They
separate
go to
parties.
4.
They go to 4 parties.
And then a bar.
And then a bar. But they go to Jaime's. Alana is like smoking a blunt with Jaime's like current sort of situationship.
Love.
And she's like, I just think you and Jaime together are like diggity diggity dope. And she's like, but not in the way that's like, I can't wait to officiate your gay wedding. Like, she's like, maybe you'll just fuck for a second, and like that's dope and hot and cool too. I freaking
I
and
love
then
that
he's
girl.
like, you're Alana, right?
It's like, I've heard about you.
Yeah, exactly. It's so good.
I actually would love for my straight female friends to start introducing anyone I'm ever dating in that manner.
Yeah,
I like that. It's like, let's set the precedent.
it really does.
Yeah,
It really, really
please,
does.
Please.
I think so.
I know, just take the pressure off a little. No, we're not going to have the conversation, so please
someone
can
do
she?
it for me.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
totally. 100%.
And you know what? That party actually looked pretty fun. I think I'd have a good time if I went to it. But when Alana was like, the hottest guy just left, we have 3 to 5 minutes to get out of here. I was like, she's right.
She is totally right.
She's not lying.
No, she's not. That immediately like downslide.
Yeah. Now,
sure.
do you feel like you're at a
Yeah,
party,
we're supposed
you're
to
staying till the
ask.
bitter end? Or are you like, I know where to go next?
No. I'm not staying to the bitter end.
Well, he's the hottest person leaving a party.
So then it's like,
So it's sort of like
Literally.
I sort of dictate when it ends
Yeah.
because
You're
yeah,
like,
so it's
well-
actually my call.
So I guess he is staying to the bitter
So, like,
end?
I guess
I gotta go home and watch my Bethany TikToks.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah. Jaime's party. I do love a party where kind of just like vibing. There's like some light music playing,
Right.
kind of like smoking a blunt, just like
House parties can be absolutely incredible
they can.
sometimes.
It's so hit or miss.
Well, that's it.
It's so
I
hit
would
or
describe
miss.
that even as a pregame.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It had the energy of a pregame for
It had
sure.
the energy of a pregame, and I think it makes sense to want to go to something bigger
Totally,
after that.
I agree.
Especially if you want to have a
where
big night.
was Lincoln's? To me, Lincoln's apartment looked the exact same.
Well, it wasn't
It's
even
sort
his
of
apartment.
There was like a bigger like entryway, maybe.
Got
the
it.
thing about almost every Brooklyn apartment that's not this one,
Yeah.
they all are the same open concept, like kitchen, family room, bedroom over here, bathroom over there, railroad style. You know, it's like you're not gonna break that mold. So it's like,
Yeah.
yes, all the parties at some point end up looking the
And maybe
same.
that's sort of a commentary that they're trying to make sort of
Right.
subtly in the episode.
Wait,
You know?
that was off the dome.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, I mean, you led the charge by like unpacking the real meat of the cold open. So like, I'm gonna unpack sort of the geographic layout of Brooklyn and of the apartments within Brooklyn.
My
Wait,
God.
when is it my turn? I need to unpack something.
I'm
Hey,
like,
please.
you need to get on the train.
This is like a lot of pressure now.
Well, let's talk about the 4th and final rooftop party.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
actually, I want to talk about how a dentist is not a real doctor, and thank God Lincoln proved that there now. Did you? So
You're bullying your cousin.
no, and I know, and I knew that actively.
Evan has a cousin that's a dentist, and to like bully a dentist is to bully Nicole.
Nicole, if you're watching, we are so sorry.
Well, I'm like, it's the one thing that they don't know. It's like they're not dog, and I love them, and I appreciate them so much, and I can have any kind of conversation with them, and we're almost always on the same page.
Yeah.
I have so many of the same beliefs as a dentist across America.
Yeah,
But when it comes to if they're being doctors, I'm gonna give it a no.
yeah,
I'm gonna give it a no.
and that's fair.
They know about teeth, but I'm like, nothing ever that exciting is happening in the teeth.
In the teeth, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Dentists are always scamming me.
Explain.
Oh, you get to unpack this now. This is so unfair.
When
sort
I
of teed it
got
up.
my first full-time job, which paid truly $37K, I was like,
sort of awesome wage in New York City.
yeah, I was like, okay, I will buy Invisalign for no reason for $3,000 out of pocket because a woman in Atwater
Just
Village
rolling
convinced
in
me. And then I moved to New York before I was able to get to my final round of Invisalign. So then I went to a dentist here and they're like, we'll totally cover this on insurance. And then I paid $700. And then whenever I called to be like, why didn't this get approved? They like realized it was me and hung up. So I paid $3,700 to keep my teeth the way they already were.
Yeah. That seems like a really worthy investment.
It's like, well, that's
Thank you.
worth it because I love your teeth for who they are.
Thank you.
And this is again off topic, but I just had to share this because it
Please
feels
share
really
it.
important. My whole life I thought I had small teeth. I went to the dentist, found out normal sized mouth, tall teeth.
Whoa.
I thought I had a tiny mouth, but it was actually just I have tall teeth.
Whoa.
Thank you so much. Sorry.
Whoa,
I
whoa.
felt like I had to unpack something. Your turn to talk about your teeth.
I'm speechless.
Did you ever have braces?
I did have braces for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In middle school.
No, I had them younger. I was like very early in my tooth development situation. Got my braces on in 3rd grade.
Whoa.
I was 8, sort of rocking braces, a bowl cut, and glasses. Sort of like raw dogging it. Yeah, it was
You're
awesome.
gonna put me on Adderall, so
Yeah,
I
exactly.
completely
Wait,
understand.
y'all had fun.
I know, but then by the time my bar mitzvah rolled around, braces were gone.
You
and I
were
was
like,
like,
well,
get to
I've got to
shave
get my
that.
teeth figured out before my bar mitzvah.
Literally, the amount of photos that were about to be taken, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be rocking like my green rubber bands
Absolutely
on camera.
not.
That's not happening.
It's cool to be the first like few of the kids in your grade to get braces.
Oh, it was actually so cool.
It
'Cause
was
you're
I felt
wise.
so freaking cool walking back in, like after I had gone to the orthodontist at like 10 a.m. and then walked back in, and it was like lunch.
You're
And,
like,
like, there
the
was
bands
sort of,
are
like-
blue now instead of green.
And everyone was like, it literally was like I had walked in with like a box, like I don't know, what's exciting to 3rd graders, like
webcams.
yeah, I walked in with like a crate of Webkins, same thing. All my Webkins are dead right now. I just like thought about that.
They
All my
died?
Webkins have to be dead.
I
Oh
think
my
Right?
just
god,
let
why
them
did you
live.
get to unpack that too? It's so unfair.
They've got to be dead.
Yeah.
No, rooftop party.
Yes,
Party.
yes.
They are kissing in a kiddie pool.
Period,
Define
bitch. The 2 straight guys that are kissing in a gay way.
Yes. Yeah.
And then Abby does a really cool thing where she's at the point of being drunk where she can't tell if she's stepping in water or stepping on floor.
So true.
And Alana is so happy to see her friend just really riled up.
You're never more drunk than when you're on a rooftop.
100%.
There's not a place you can be more drunk than a rooftop. in New York
Particularly if
City.
that's like where you've gone through so many steps to
Right.
get to the rooftop. Like
she had to lie about her tapeworm.
yeah,
Like she had to go to three
3
different
different parties.
Like, can't imagine what she's
Like,
been
Don't
through.
look at me.
If
I can't imagine what she's
if
been
after all of that you end up on a rooftop, like you're gone, like 100%
There's something
gone.
about a rooftop because it combines the majesty of being outside while having all the amenities of being indoors. Do you
It's
know what
a
I mean?
really
Like,
beautiful
yeah.
way
Can
to
you
put
actually
it.
say that one more time for the listeners at home?
There's an amazing thing about being a rooftop because it combines the majesty of being outdoors while having all the amenities of being indoors.
4 billion tip views.
I
on
am
TikTok.
screaming, and it's
so
actually really
true.
well articulated.
Well, like
it's true.
There's
It's very
a sink
true.
and a grill out there.
100%.
Yeah.
And if you need a bathroom, someone lives in the building. You can walk on down to the bathroom, come right back to the roof.
And
you
that
haven't
is
missed any
so
action.
fun. Like it's literally a break
And
room.
the most
It's literally a break
Literally.
room.
Yeah.
And the most important part of any indoor space is having electricity.
100%.
And they have that on roofs.
yes.
A lot of roofs now have outlets.
This is what we're gonna
Think
unpack
about
now.
that.
And so we actually have to cut to our second break just so we can hold space for that.
I'm holding space for outlets on roofs.
and then when we get back, you know what to do.
Dude.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Okay, we're back.
Wait,
Think-
I'm not even done talking about roofs.
I'm gonna be honest, we didn't give enough time to hold space, clearly.
Well, when we used to live together, we had an apartment with a giant roof on it.
Yeah.
Evan once threw an amazing event where the cops had to shut it down.
it was very similar to this episode of Broad City,
Really?
except for instead of having go-go dancers, we had a man dressed as a magician with a drone. So it's like every story is beautiful.
And those are sort of equivalent.
Those are really
in many ways.
He was
yeah.
sexier to me than a go-go dancer.
Do you find magic sexy?
I find someone being able to operate any kind of machinery.
whilst performing magic. Sort of the ability to multitask at that level, at that echelon.
You're
Really.
like, wait, 2 tasks at once. Whoa.
Wait.
And they couldn't do that outdoor because there's no outlets. It's awesome. It can only be achieved on a roof.
I love it. I hope this rooftop party was also in Hasidic Williamsburg.
Yeah, 'cause
Yes,
ours was in
please.
Hasidic Williamsburg. So it's the only time they ever got to hear the Black Eyed Peas was because of us.
And to sort of bring it back to the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah. Wait.
Well, I'm amazed that we were able to play music so loud that
Yeah.
it reached the police station because we were 8 floors off the ground. That's
Pretty loud.
You know
That's
how
really
heat
loud.
That's
rises,
really
sound descends.
Drops.
Yeah,
no,
drops.
the Black Eyed Peas reaches all. Yeah, it traverses.
Sort of anyone hears my humps and they're immediately like,
That's Fergie?
I had no idea.
I have so much to learn about the cast members of that musical troupe.
Troop.
Cast.
Cast members of that musical troupe. I love that Abby is like forced to party, and Alana is able to be like kind of one drink wonder. Like she's just like on the same vibe. She's not getting drunker and drunker. She is aware of her surroundings, but then Abby, of course, like isn't used to going this hard, and of course is really gone. And then it's to the point where Alana's like, this girl is so silly. I love my drunk friend. Meanwhile, Abby is like in another world. She's crawling to her secret lair.
She's literally stumbling around the city. They end up in some like dark tunnel.
Yeah. How does she know about the I'm like,
she just
that bar's in the Lower East Side.
Really?
It's one of the first like speakeasy bars in New York City. It's from Prohibition. Period.
Somebody commented that on our TikTok. Is that how you know?
No. I've been to this bar. It's right across the street, not to dox our dear friends, from Caitlin and Shreya.
Oh.
I can't remember the name of it.
They apparently serve all their alcohol in like mugs with coasters.
Whoa.
To make it look like tea.
They are charging like
my God.
Prohibition pricing down there too. And like not in a way that's served in the 1920s. I'm like, it is surging. like a rare commodity. It's like alcohol's a rare commodity to get your hands on.
I was like, oh, it's like
scarcity of resources.
I love it because we got a wink to Val coming in the first episode of this season when an old woman on the train goes, Val.
Yep.
Well, can I say something about speakeasies?
Tell me.
I think if your bar wants to be hidden, it should stay that way. It's like, I don't want to go to a speakeasy bar. I don't like the concept of having to walk through a washing machine in order to go to a mid-tier bar where the drinks, of course, are surge pricing. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't have to walk through your walk-in freezer in order to enjoy a cocktail.
I'd rather just sort of like walk through a door.
Literally.
Okay, and that's where I
like
I
that's
get
where
off
you
the couch. I get off the couch because I'm not on your side.
Yeah. Okay. You want the washing machine experience.
Why not have flimsy in my life?
You know what? I see both sides.
I don't see it as whimsical.
What do you see it as?
Trickery.
Yeah.
I'm not so mad at the trickery. What I'm mad at nowadays is this like the speakeasy that we all know about, where it's like, it's a known speakeasy. And it's like, no,
there shouldn't be.
If it's a website where the password's on the bottom, it's like, well, this isn't a speakeasy. This is just a marketing plan.
Right.
Well, every speakeasy is like, the password is on the door. It's like, don't you dare ask me about my pizza. And it's like, okay, fine.
Okay, fine. I won't. I'll leave. Stop screaming at me.
I hate the ones where you like have to go down a slide. Have you seen these?
No.
It's like washing machine to slide. It's like one of the most popular speakeasy.
You have to go down a slide after going into a washing machine?
You walk in through a washing machine. You end up going down a slide into a speakeasy bar. How do you get out of there?
What's the exit plan?
It's like just the normal door that I missed right next to it.
Yeah. You were like, how did we end up still on
they're not
street
accessible
level
spaces?
Yeah.
It's an accessibility issue.
Yeah.
I did not even think about that.
You have to think about the accessibility of the
You're
space.
so right.
New York is so bad at thinking about that.
You were able to unpack something on this episode. Thinking about the accessibility of speakeasies.
Well, also at our last apartment, the closest restaurant to us was a pizza place / speakeasy. And by the way, that was still 2 blocks away. It's pizza place in the front, speakeasy in the back, and there was no other restaurants near our apartment.
They kept plugging the speakeasy to us when we were trying to get a slice at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. They're like, we got a secret bar back here.
Like, it's 3 p.m. on a Tuesday.
I'm like, hi,
hey,
I'm in my yoga class.
Yeah. Like, can I bring
my laptop?
Yeah. It's like sort of just want a pepperoni sauce. Thank you.
Val is alter ego.
Do you have drunk alter?
Drunk alter is just me with just like 3,000 times more, like, I guess 3,000 times less inhibition, 3,000 times more laughter, like,
oh, you
cracking
feel joy
jokes.
For once.
Yeah, exactly.
You get to giggle.
Are you drunk
finally? Like off of this conversation, yeah. I would say so.
I was really scared you were gonna say I have 3,000 times more Black Eyed Peas in my heart, and that would
sort of always wasting. Like, why am I not listening to? I Got a Feeling.
Right.
That seems. Something seems wrong about that. I also try on some different accents when I'm drunk.
Oh,
okay,
really?
Yeah.
Just for fun. Like, you sprinkle them in.
Would you give us an accent?
Yeah, like.
What's your Val accent? Do you have one like that? That's a hard one.
It just is Val. I just like
that's
imitate
okay, that's
Val.
okay.
I'm like, Well, aren't you a hot diggity dog and a scallywag to boot?
Wait, that was
my
awesome.
favorite little Jew on the
Side of St. Louis. If you never try, you never know. If you never know, you never try. Toy.
A diamond. When
I
she eats her
love
nose
diamonds.
She
ring.
eats her nose ring. That is crazy.
She just swallows it. So good. What's up, baby doll? Baby doll? Alana's reactions to every sentence are so funny.
No one acts like Alana. I've never seen a single person on TV act like Alana before.
It's so singular.
So beautiful.
It's so
powerful.
singular.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm never mad at her.
I'm never
No,
mad at her.
Never.
I'm
The-
like,
I'm always on her side.
I'm always on her
side,
side.
despite many questionable decisions.
Also,
always
it
rooting
is
for her.
so powerful and satisfying as a viewer to watch Alana be surprised, because it's always Abby being like,
Yeah.
Alana's nuts, and then it's finally like Alana is like, I don't even know what my friend's capable of.
Yep.
I'm amazed by her. And it's like Alana's of course obsessed, has a major crush on Abby, and now is just like, wow.
Yep. Anytime that she learns of any sort of any morsel of information that she does not know about Abby, it's like earth shattering.
Literally.
Because it's just and heartbreaking for her, honestly, a little bit. Because
It's
she's like, I
absolutely
need
exhilarating to
yeah.
witness.
It's a really beautiful, heartbreaking, wrenching.
She's
sort of
so deeply affected by her
so
friend.
deeply affected by
Well,
every
I
single
would be
thing.
too.
Yeah.
If I consider someone my closest friend, when they ever
would be
drop lore that
yeah.
I'm not privy to, I freak the hell out.
It's really crazy. Could you imagine your best
upsetting.
friend is just like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm like this famed cabaret singer when I get blackout. I would have a conniption.
I'd be really upset.
I'd be so mad.
Well, when Alana's at the diner, they're at the diner the next
Mhm.
morning, and Abby's like, what happened last night? And Alana's like, you don't know? You don't know? I'm the only one who knows? I know this about you, and you don't know this about you?
It is funny because every time my friends drop lore, it's like my second cousin's a drop shipper. And it's like, well, that's more interesting, I guess.
What is that?
Sort of every time that's the only thing is that is said. Cool. Yeah.
Millions of girls have told me that in this town.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I have any friends that act that random drunk.
No. Well, I
No.
don't get drunk a lot, but you should see me when I get drunk.
What happens to you?
Well, I just know in college, every time I get drunk, I'd somehow end up at a group of the foreign students' apartments, and my friends would be looking for me. I never met those girls before, but they're out on their patios, and I'm playing like mahjong with them. Mind you, I don't know how to play that game.
But you do when you're drunk.
Yeah.
Evan's version of Val is playing mahjong.
Is being an expert mahjong
My
player.
friends are literally like screaming down the street, and I'm like,
my
tile
turn.
two. Yeah.
Tile 2.
I feel like I don't get blackout, but I used
It's
to when we
rare.
were first
If you
friends.
like,
Yeah, you did,
what are you
for
like when you're
real.
sort of at that level?
What would you describe me like, Evan?
I always used to say Amelia becomes a cheerleader because everything she says is like very declarative and simple. Where it's like, I got a rock in my shoe. My second cousin's a drop shipper. There's always like, I love that. You can really like peppy. And it's like, all your statements were so declarative, and it sounded like you had a group of girls behind you saying them as well. Like, that's truly what it felt like.
It's like in Sky High when the one cheerleader's 12 cheerleaders.
Oh my god, can't.
By the way, that movie's incredible.
To bring Kay Hannah Baker up right now is just crazy.
A legend. When she grows that tree to the sky.
No, I mean, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
We're just,
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm trying to hold back tears. Wait, do we have anything else, or do we got to get into our Broad City moment?
I just think it's awesome that finally a young person can connect with old people like that.
Yeah.
Because you never get to see
Absolutely.
that anymore. We're living in a really like, I don't want to use the word segregated, but I'm like, I can't think of anything else where it's like young people and old people don't go to bars together and have
Yeah.
community.
That's so true.
And it's beautiful to see Val not just be part of that community, but coveted by that community
Yes.
of old-timey New York-based comedians. Kind of just, I don't know, they're comedians.
It's sort of wild.
The
Cabaret
original
lovers.
broads.
Yeah, the
You're-
original broads.
It's wild how this episode actually just is very allegorical in many ways. Like we're talking about sort of the social topography of space as it pertains to Brooklyn apartments. We're talking about, the generation gap and ways in which we might be able to
Literally.
sort of bridge that sort of ever expanding gap. We're talking about gulfs in knowledge when it comes to your closest friends and how to sort of navigate that space. Like there's
Oh
actually
my
a lot
God.
of
precarious
sort
there.
of rich beauty in
There's like a
Oh my
cave
God.
and then there's shadows. It's like that's the whole thing I was getting from that.
Yes.
The allegory of the cave girl. It's the only one I
It's
know.
so true.
know that's the one you know. you always find a way to bring it up.
It's just like it says a lot. It's a
That was really good. I cannot wait to vertically clip that. Oh, poetry.
It's like, can't we just like have a vertical cut sound
Yeah.
for socials?
I'm like,
I'm
wait.
so excited.
That's
Now,
gonna be awesome to post on
That's an
YouTube
allegory.
Shorts.
Yeah. Oh no, TikTok.
Okay, any closing thoughts on hashtag FOMO the episode?
Hashtag FOMO is just peak Broad City. It's
Literally.
literally laugh out loud funny from the minute it starts to the minute it ends.
You can't show this episode to someone and them not at least concede that they're epic.
I agree.
Wait, I do have one thing.
Please say it.
We've lost diner culture in New York City because every diner now is a Moxie hotel.
And
I don't know
diners
how that happened.
diners cost 28 instead of 18.
I know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, they get to end their night at a reasonably priced diner.
And
I assume.
I don't think I have a diner in New York City that I'm like, this is my diner.
Wait,
No.
but to
I don't
me,
know that
to
it
me, I'm like, we
exists.
don't have diner because it's Brooklyn and there's less. But to
I
me,
don't-
I'm
There
confused.
are diners here.
They're all, like, they exist, but I don't know that I'm like, that's somewhere I could go after a night out and I'm like, this is like a safe spot where
But
I'm
you
not going to
should
just
be able
drop.
to.
But I should.
Yeah.
That's a right.
That's a right. It really is.
It's
Eric Adams.
Bitch.
We have to ask you, Henry.
yes.
What is your Broad City moment?
Amazing question. So my best friend Hannah and I,
The one you dated.
no, different.
Can I date her?
Hannah's a lesbian.
Okay.
So-
So yes, yes, you definitely can.
Good shot.
No, we were collectively obsessed with Broad City. We lived together in college. On the last night of our senior year, we sat in our empty apartment and watched the last episode of Broad City together,
No, did you
Oh my
saw?
god.
sobbing, and then we like
Oh.
ultimately immediately moved in together in New York. So like, wasn't actually that big of a deal. But
You were like, this is the end
yeah, we
of
were like,
our
we're
lives
never gonna see
together.
each other again. And then like the next week, we're like signing a new lease. We're like, you know what? It was more about the symbolism of that moment.
It was an ending of 2 chapters, and they paralleled.
Exactly. We lived together for the first 2 years that we were both in New York City, and like we obviously had a plethora of moments where like we are literally experiencing Broad City
And
in
she's
real
Alana.
life. She's definitely Alana. Like she's like way more out of pocket. She was like my intro to weed culture. Like just sort of many like. Like Alana obviously also attracted to women. Just like there's a lot of, she's queer. Like there's a lot of, I guess Abby is too. And so am I. So actually makes perfect
So
sense.
wait,
Whoa.
So you guys are flirting.
Yeah. Ultimately, we're deeply flirting.
ultimately, yeah.
I would say our Broad City moment was a very snowy day in New York, which doesn't happen anymore.
By the
No.
way, rare.
Not to invoke
Say
global
it.
warming. Yeah, I had to bring. Yeah.
The planet is burning. Sponsored by
But-
Amazon Prime.
This is the irony of that. It was absolutely snowing. We were walking around Central Park in the snow, blazed. And we were have you ever played the game that's like it has multiple forms, but we were like going back and forth, like going through the alphabet A through Z with like different categories. You ever played that game before?
Wait, anytime I would sleep at my grandma's house growing up, we'd play that game to fall asleep with candies.
Really?
It's my favorite game.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Evan's crying.
It's really,
it's
it's
actually
one of my favorite
beautiful.
games. I would go Altoids.
Ugh.
And I don't remember B.
Bear.
Bear,
My favorite candy,
parentheses,
Bear.
gummy.
Wait, so you were playing that Blaze on a winter's day?
Blaze on a snowy day. We had done like Drag Race Queens as one of the
Aw.
categories. We had done like people that we had known in college. And
That's
then
fun.
yeah, oh my god, it was so much fun. And then we started doing like people that like sort of, I think Abby and Alana actually do this in one of the episodes in season 1. They like go back and forth saying like ugly people that they
Yeah.
would actually like want to fuck.
They're yeah.
I forget
What was it actually called?
I forget if that had
They're
a,
in the hospital. Is it the one
it's
where
like they're
in a
walking out of the hospital.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
the
yeah,
button to season 1.
Yeah.
And Alana's like the Six Flags guy.
hospital?
And so we were like playing that, and I was like, wait, we are actually literally living Broad City
When the-
out in real life.
when the college students become the broads.
When the college Literally, the student becomes
I'm releasing
the
a book of
master.
poetry about your experience.
That's so beautiful. Yeah.
Check it out.
What's it going to be called?
The Broad and the Butter.
Bitch.
Original.
No one said it before.
Who is someone to you that's like it's a hot take that you think is they're
Oh my
attractive?
god, totally.
Well, everybody's always so mad at me, but I, of course, am in love with Jimmy Fallon, and no one can say that's
he's
wrong.
hot conventionally and unconventionally.
But he's hot now.
Yeah,
As opposed to back then.
It's like
he's grown into.
I loved him when
himself?
he was younger, but like in high school, I had a crush on like him interviewing Emma Stone. I was like, this is the coolest guy.
Are
in
you
the
sure it
world.
wasn't Emma Stone?
I think it was both.
Oh.
I think it was them together. I was like, I could get in on this.
Oh my god, you came on his bi. She told us a story about her like crashing a car. It's like crazy.
What about you?
I know I'm actually putting a lot of thought into this right now.
And I want you
to. There's awesome answers for me that has to be true. It's one coming to mind. Wait, it has to come to mind. The thing is,
Do you?
I'm like Goku, but he's eventually attractive. I remember that was my first crush growing up. Right? It's because he wasn't, not because he was hot, because he was earnest. And you never get to see that in animated characters.
Animated characters cop out.
But sometimes
it is.
like
some of them are scary.
I think some of them are hot. Like Cusco.
Cusco, obviously.
No, you guys keep saying Cusco, and I'm like, that's a type of noodle.
Like I don't know. Like my brain immediately goes to Cusco. I was like, I would
Maybe,
definitely
Bugs
smash.
Bunny's hot.
Bugs Bunny is kind of hot.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be hot, right?
He's an animated animal, so I'm not sure, but like probably
he has such swagger.
He does. It's personality.
It's personality.
He is a personality fuck.
I know, but I'm like, that's the best kind.
Yeah, you're so right.
Yeah. So
particularly when it's purely hypothetical.
I'm like, I can list my friends, but I don't feel like that resonate with anyone.
Well,
just be
okay.
me.
Any folks at
Wait.
home?
Yeah.
This is the one I always ask. This is the one that's very polarizing.
Right,
Adam
right.
Driver.
Oh yeah, he's hot to me.
No.
Yeah. See, polarizing.
Do you?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
We're on the same page.
Like in girls.
I'm like, sure, but I'm like, I don't know. No.
I think I have the same journey where it's like there are occasional moments where I'm like, huh. It'll come into question.
Yeah.
But then ultimately I sort of land back at a.
You're like,
I'm okay,
maybe no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's always sort of where it gets me.
Okay, so I feel like the thing is when people have a crush on Adam Driver, it's like all assuming. Like people are like, people obsess over him. People don't usually have crushes on him. People, if they do like him, it's like it's really
They're
consumed.
sort of, yeah,
right.
That's 100%.
I don't think I have that level of attraction to him.
Mm-hmm.
I will say though, when someone's hands are like that, it's like it's hard not to have a little love in your heart for them. And it's like a little like it's a baseball mitt. It's something really hot to me about that, and the way he like carries himself. I don't know. I think he's hot. God forbid. Okay, don't look at me both for that.
No,
we're holding
space.
space.
We're holding space. Okay, we have one more segment.
Let's do it.
You're gonna love this.
I cannot wait.
Girl, get your Glock. It's rapid fire time.
Let's bring it on.
Are you a schoolgirl or are you getting schooled, girl?
I'm getting schooled, girl.
How are you?
That's sort of the answer.
Reduce, reuse, recycle, or Rihanna?
Rihanna. Oh my god, I knew that was coming.
Who would you rather go down on, Michael Bublé or Janet Jackson?
Ultimately, Michael Bublé, but I think Janet Jackson would be more into it.
Literally.
So I guess for her, if we're talking about like the overall experience, maybe Janet Jackson. But if it was just for me, Michael Bublé.
Define bazinga.
Ooh, bazinga. Bazinga is a word that can take on many meanings. I think it can sort of be sexualized often in many cases. Like, you know.
Wait. In which cases?
Wait.
Like, I don't know, bazinga of like.
Write a TBQ on
so
that.
So that's who you think ugly is hot.
I don't know, bazinga's like, okay, we're about to hook up. Like,
okay,
bazinga.
if someone's about to hook up with you and they say bazinga, what are you doing?
I'm in. I'm hooked. I'm absolutely hooked.
Yes, and.
Yes, and
what party was most off the chain? What?
In life?
Yeah, figure it out.
Okay.
It's at now this party that we both went to but didn't talk to each other at.
You're so right about that. I immediately my brain goes to like my senior year cast party for Les Miserables.
Full body chills.
Full body chills. We all had pizza.
Whoa, love that food.
We all drank a little bit. We had like fireball shots. Like that was like the thing in my high school for some reason.
No, every high
You're
school.
gonna ruin your vocal cords.
I know, but the show was over, so it actually didn't even matter. So we had prepared all semester for like 3 shows, and it was
You
awesome.
brought Skinny Girl Margarita.
Yeah, exactly. And we just like sort of sang through the soundtrack.
Wait, that's beautiful.
It was actually gorgeous.
Can you storm a deal you could go after in the Hell's Kitchen?
If I were to make a deal in Hell's Kitchen, I feel like it would be. I am a frequent patron of the Westville in Hell's Kitchen, so I feel like
That's crazy.
You love turkey
that's sort of.
burgers.
So I feel like ultimately that's where I would really want to like land in terms of if I was about to make a deal for myself. However, where do I think I'm going to actually earn the most success? It's got to be like a Flaming Saddles,
Yeah.
a Boxers,
2-for-1 dance at Flaming Saddles or something.
sort of industry.
Ooh.
I love the idea of like showing up to one of those with the deals coupon, being like,
100%.
hey.
Yeah, like I don't have to pay cover tonight.
Have you been to the gay bar in Hell's Kitchen called Jim? I'm dying to go.
No, I haven't actually.
Okay, we have to go. I only want to go there for name alone.
Yeah,
It's a namer on me.
100%.
How many Luna bars would you eat if you had a tapeworm?
I'd probably match Abby 4.5. There's something about that extra half that really puts it over the edge. 100%. Like I didn't finish the 5th one. Like then I got full. You know what I mean?
Would you rather turn into a little old woman or a little old man?
A little old woman.
Yeah.
For sure.
Duh.
Valencia or Calvin filter?
Neither, because I'm a real bitch. No.
Oh shit.
I guess Valencia.
Yeah.
But like begrudgingly.
begrudgingly.
I have
You're
to choose
such a
Valencia.
Paris bitch.
I know.
Yeah.
I am, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm really glad that you read
Paris?
that. Yeah.
Paris.
What were you?
London.
Okay.
What are you?
I used a separate third-party app called Afterlight.
Oh,
Well, I'm talking about the Instagram filters.
I would never use one in-app. That's crazy.
why is that crazy?
It's
Yeah, wait.
irresponsible.
Yeah, fair.
I do have one point to make where it's like it's beautiful to see Alana come out as non-binary during this episode when she's like, I'd much rather be a old man than an old woman, but it doesn't work like that. And it's like, well, by the way, you can be now, bitch.
She is.
If only she knew.
She is They are Easter egging the hell out of.
They are trailblazing,
They're trailblazing.
without even knowing it.
They have no
I
idea.
Well, the art is there. You know, it's
Yes.
so beautiful. When people create something, it's like, oh, that really is them. Like their
Absolutely.
actual feelings are being projected on the TV screen for me right now to witness.
100%.
And now having this information later in life to watch it with that level of like nuance and a new lens to it, it's like, oh, this is so enlightening and cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I
Well
love
said.
all those buzzwords.
No, literally.
You had every box. Checked every box.
one more. Hail.
Hey, Henry, this is the best hour of our lives.
This is amazing.
This is so much fun.
It's
I
the
would
best
do
hour of our
this
lives. It felt
without a camera at one time.
Yeah.
hour or so.
Well,
But
we're
actually
gonna
not.
we're gonna go to gym.
We're
Yeah,
going
we're
to
gonna go to gym.
Whatever that
Please.
means.
Yeah, whatever that.
I
sort
hope
of-
we're not doing cardio.
I hope we're not actually doing middle school PE. Although that's probably why you're so excited.
PR.
We're gonna PR in gym.
Evan's like making us take the Pacers.
Yeah, we're like, this is a bar. We're sort of, no, we have to do 50 push-ups.
I've never been even close to the amount I could do in middle school today.
Why were we like kind of superhuman in middle
Because
school?
all our bodies were so tiny.
We could just like do everything.
Yeah.
And we
exactly.
didn't know what was about to happen yet.
Puberty ruins your ability to do push-ups.
We just keep bringing that back.
I know.
I know, puberty.
Not to-
Amazing note to end on.
Yeah.
Wait, thank you so
Happy
much.
New Year,
oh,
you
yeah, Happy New Year.
guys.
Where can the people find you?
The
If you want to
people-
be found.
Am I like alphabet? I want to be found. The people can find me on Instagram, on TikTok.
The Western Sky.
Look towards the Western Sky if
And the
you're
West Village.
nasty.
I mean, the Westville.
the Westville, Upper West Side, a lot of West.
Love
Whoa. But yeah, no, follow me on those socials, Henry J. Platt,
Love.
for some fun little singing content and various other
Literally.
miscellaneous media.
Oh
You're
my
so
God.
fun.
Miscellaneous
you.
It's
media.
really the best time ever with you.
I had so much fun.
It's so good to be a
Wait.
musician
This
and
is-
be fun. It's like you never get to see that anymore.
It's sort of inhabiting that duality
Yeah.
is really rare.
It's hard to be a pop star and be fun.
I know.
I know.
There's too much asked of
Because we
them.
can only ask teens to be pop stars.
I know. All right. Bye, you guys. See you next week.
Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.